Dear friends, welcome back to my channel Enjoy Learning. I hope you all are well versed with the figures of speech taught in part 1. If you have not viewed part 1 of this video, find its link in the description box. In part 1, I have taught you alliteration, simile, metaphor, oxymoron and refrain. And today, in part 2 of my video, I'll teach you the following 5 figures of speech: personification, pun, hyperbole, euphemism and metonymy. But before beginning, I wish to tell you again that in order to understand figures of speech thoroughly, you need to learn to think beyond the exact literal meaning of the words and phrases, because figures of speech don't refer to the direct dictionary meaning of the words. Instead, they rely on the hidden or the suggested meaning of words and phrases. So, increase the span of your imagination and get engrossed in the world of figures of speech. So let's begin with the first one, which is personification. The word personification is formed from the word person, referring to a human being. Let's see what it is. It is a figure of speech in which non-living things are referred to as human beings with thoughts, actions and emotions. For example, the moon danced over the lake. So here the activity dancing, it is performed by human beings, but here it is associated with a non-living object, moon. The moon is said to be dancing, so the moon is personified. Next is, it was time to go home, but the bell refused to ring. Again, an action of human beings refusing something is being linked with a non-living object, bell. So again the bell is personified. Next one is, the flowers were blooming and the bees kissed them every now and then. The term kiss refers to the action of bees as they are flying near the flowers, sitting on them and sucking nectar from them. So you can see that in all these examples, the non-living objects are being personified as human beings. Means they are acting like human beings. Let's take up the next figure of speech, which is pun. What is a pun? A pun is a figure of speech in which plays on the different meanings of the same word or the similar sound of different words to produce a humorous effect. Okay, so let's see the examples of pun. Example number 1 is, there is no one better than you. So here the word butter is being referred to as a similar sounding word, better, B-E-T-T-E-R. But in place of better, we are using the word butter in order to create a humorous effect. This is what a pun does. Okay, so let's take up some more examples. The tallest building in town is the library. It has thousands of stories. So again the word story is referred to a similar sounding word, story, that is S-T-O-R-E-Y, which means floors in a building. So a library is said to have many stories, many floors. That's why it's the tallest building. This is how a pun creates a humorous effect. The next one is also the same. I can't remember which state my wife wanted to visit for our next vacation, Alaska. So here the word Alaska does not refer to the US state Alaska. It refers to the phrase I'll ask her. So because both the phrases have almost the same pronunciation, very similar pronunciation, that's why they are used in place of each other. All this really sounds like a joke. Yes, puns are figures of speech which are very commonly used in jokes. To understand puns, you must have a very large vocabulary, because you should be familiar with the words which are pronounced the same but they have different spellings as well as different meanings. Let's take up the next type of figure of speech, which is a hyperbole. Hyperbole is a Greek word which means excess. This is what it does. A hyperbole is a figure of speech in which the speaker exaggerates. Exaggerates means makes something sound bigger or more impressive than it really is. Let's take up the examples. I told you 1,000 times. So here the term 1,000 times is being exaggerated. Next one is, I am so tired, I could sleep a year. You can't sleep a year. You can sleep a day, 24 hours, but you can't sleep a year. So this is how hyperbole makes something bigger than it really is. Always remember, you don't have to refer to the literal or the dictionary meaning of the phrases. First, you have to think a little. Next example is, you have a million toys at your house. Again, the word a million toys is being exaggerated. You have many toys. In place of that, you have millions of toys. Next is, that food was so hot my ears were smoking. This is how hyperbole is used. Next is euphemism. What is a euphemism? Euphemism is a figure of speech in which an unpleasant thing or sensitive topic is described in a way that makes it more acceptable. Let's take up the examples. Uncle Sam passed away last year. In place of Uncle Sam died last year. And instead of go away, you can say, I really need a bit of peace and silence. Similarly, we have to let you go, Christine. To let someone go means to dismiss someone from job. Means we have to fire you. In place of that, something which sounds very offensive and harsh, you can use something which is easily accepted. Next is, she is a curvy woman instead of she is an overweight woman. Next figure of speech is metonymy. A metonymy is a figure of speech that replaces words with related or associated words. It is a way of describing something directly by referring to things around it. For example, when we say wheels, we are referring to a car and not literally only the wheels. So, wheels are the associated part that represents the whole car. Let's take up some more examples. I don't have gold or silver in my pocket. So here the word gold or silver is being written in place of money. The White House will be making an announcement around noon today. Again, the term White House is used in place of president. We will always be loyal to the crown. Crown refers to a royal person or chief of an organization. Okay, so in all these examples, the exact thing is being replaced by referring to the things around it. Similarly, the strings were praised for their excellent performance. The strings are the part of a violin or a musical instrument, so the strings are being written in place of violinists or musicians. Can you give me a hand in carrying this box upstairs? Again, the term hand is written in place of help. Okay, so a metonymy is a figure of speech that replaces words with related or associated words. So can you tell me a difference between a simile, a metaphor and a metonymy? Because in all these three figures of speech, we do a comparison. For a better understanding of the difference between the three types of figures of speech, kindly watch my upcoming video in which I have clearly depicted the difference between a simile, a metaphor and a metonymy. I hope you like this video, and if you find it helpful, then please like and share. If you have to give your valuable suggestions, then please mention them in the comment box. And don't forget to subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos.